Hi, Empaths. Welcome back. Hope that you are doing super great during our Mercury retrograde. It's Mercury in retrograde season. And, so you may be experiencing electronic issues or, all kinds of things, email, phone, glitches in communication. We are not here to be afraid of natural cosmic occurrences. We're here to learn to work with the elements, the elementals on planet and off planet. And when there are, solar flares or geometric storms, or full moons, new moons, super moons, eclipses, all of the things, planets in retrograde, we energy sensitive beings are deeply affected by all of that, because we are connected to the source. We are connected to the divine. We are divine beings of light having a human experience. And I know you know that, dear ones. However, sometimes we need to remember, and it bears repeating, that when energy flows, however the energy is flowing, let's just get in flow. Our flow is the infinity cycle. Okay, the infinity cycle. Our flow is love. Our flow is pure heart structure. Our flow is being aligned with the divine moment by moment and breath by breath. So when energy gets wonky or choppy, our only responsibility is to just say, Spirit, clear it, whatever it is, clear that, and then let's get back on track. And you have a whole team of divine beings who love you unconditionally and have your highest good as their pure heart intention. Some of these are your angels, some of these are your ancestors, but they are working on your behalf, and all you have to do is call on them, and they are there to support you. It doesn't mean that life is going to always be sunshine and roses, or that we're always going to have, bright, shiny days. There are challenges for sure. That's part of the human experience, but there's much to learn, and there's much to download, and there's much to integrate if we allow ourselves to be the highest version of ourselves. If we allow ourselves to align to the highest potential, then the wonky energy, the choppy energy, will actually just fade away. It will just fall to the ground. It's when we participate, when we of our own free will activate the drama, participate, in the drama, or react to whatever drama or painful or negative cycle is happening around us. If we can learn as empaths to step back, there's going to be times when we are the anchor. So the wonky energy is happening, it's swirling, and it's our job to support the collective, to undergird the selective, yep, the selective empath. Sometimes it's your job to undergird the collective during strange times, wonky times, weird times, strange, uncomfortable energies. Other times it's your role to step back. Other times it's your role to send love and light. Other times it's your role to meditate or to pray. Always get your command codes from base, the sanctuary of the heart that is directly linked to the source of creation and your divine team. So whatever's swirling around you, dear empaths, you are divinely supported. I'm sending you love and light, but send love and light to yourself and make a choice to be in the energy of love and light no matter what is going down. And, a couple of keys sometimes is silence. Do a, silent retreat, meditate, turn off devices, get away from anything that is vexing your spirit or annoying your energy field. Stay rooted and planted and grounded in the things above. And then, as above, so below, as within, so without, peace will be still in your life. So, dear ones, I've got some specific messages. I had a dream last night that I'm going to share in a moment. The first message that came through from the guides that I work with, and of course, take what resonates for you, toss what doesn't. It's called the Cynical Human. So the spirit realm that I work with is talking to me about this energy of cynicism which is a lower vibration and extremely prevalent in our world today. We see it in social media. Someone might post something and it might be very positive, something beautiful, something simple, something positive. And, you might have, several people commenting on it, that made me cry. That was so lovely. That's so beautiful. My faith is restored. And then you got that one or two or 10 people that have to throw in some salt. They have to throw in some cynicism. They have to throw in, they don't want to see the silver lining. They don't want to see the glass as half full. It has to be half empty. They're not comfortable with humans celebrating the wins of others. They're not comfortable with peaceful moments and peaceful time and love being shared. They have to throw something, a wrench in it, to make everybody get discombobulated. Don't fall for that, empath. So the energy of cynicism is going to manifest in a lot of different ways. And these are some of the ways that the spirit team that I work with shared with me. Disbelief, like they just absolutely can't believe your blessing happened, or that there is going to be a blessing, or that there is going, the money's going to come through, or that you're going to get over the sickness. They just total disbelief. It also looks like annoyance. They're annoyed, jaded, resistant to change, resistant to anything positive being a variable, judgmental. I already said glass half empty outlook. It also can show up as hopeless, negative mindset, bitter, stuck energy. It's the opposite of being self-actualized. It's very stuck and immobile, stubborn, hard-headed, unable, unteachable, unwilling to learn and grow, won't allow for excitement, won't tolerate enthusiasm or exuberance or a jovial spirit. They feel like life is boring. This is all connected to the energy of cynicism. Higher potentials are considered a pipe dream. You're just, dreaming. It can look like people talking down to you or stomping on your optimistic views. People making you feel like your idea is dumb, not worth pursuing, not worth going for, or, well, that's already been done before. Why do you want to do that? Or how's your little business going? Very condescending. These people are agents of the problem, agents of the darkness. They keep things stuck so that change doesn't occur. Be aware, dear ones, of the energy of cynicism. Clear that energy and cut the cord attachments to that energy. Social media is filled with that energy. Like I said earlier, some good news will be shared, and then, somebody's got to put in some negative perspective. And all of these people that do that have a program running in their consciousness that they're probably not even aware of, that impacts the way that they think and the way that they feel. So just completely be aware of that energy. If any of those things show up in your field, on your social media, in your family, in your friendship group, at work, abstain from the cynicism. Learn to fast cynicism. I know people fast food and they fast alcohol and they fast sweets. Learn to fast cynicism. Abstain from it. Detox from the energy of cynicism. The next message is focus, empaths. Empaths, as we know, are way showers, light workers. They're here to help humanity up level. That's what you are here to do. To see the fullness of living, to help humanity recognize that life can be beautiful. It's not always hard times, dark times, bad times. Empaths are here to show the power and beauty of being human, to restore faith in humans, in consciousness, and what we're fully capable of when we align to our highest potential. Unlike cynical beings, empaths with a pure heart structure are agents of positive change. So stay on course, dear ones. Stay in the energy of your own unique structure, not the energy of this cold, cruel world. When it's difficult, when it's challenging, plug back into the sanctuary of the heart. Get your command codes from base. If you find yourself integrating or feeling cynicism, cynical, or you're feeling apathetic or angry or annoyed or frustrated or overwhelmed or If you're dealing with burnout, that seems to be a really big energy that a lot of light workers are experiencing right now. Fast from those things that are causing you to be overwhelmed, jaded, burned out. You have the power, dear empath, to change the frequency of any situation in your community, but you have to stay true to yourself and not allow your energy to be contaminated or hijacked by anyone. Stay in your own energy, keep the positive energy aligned with your pure heart. And this message is coming through for someone who may be in a romantic partnership. You know, if your relationship has been beautiful and you're happy with each other, but then a family member or a so-called friend or someone from the external says, well, are you sure I would want this? Or, well, how come they don't ever do this? Or why do you let them do this? Or how come they always, and then all of a sudden you're second guessing your relationship when before you were fine, you were at peace, you weren't questioning, you were happy with the status quo of your relationship. Recognize that that is an entity that is trying to annihilate and take out the dynamic of your relationship, because most likely, empath, that your relationship is also part of your your beautiful mission work. Your love relationship emanates an energy, a frequency, and it in and of itself is a key of blessing and healing for people. So be very, very careful falling for those shenanigans from others. Stay aligned with the structure of your soul. Keep your channel clear. Keep your soul open, your soul's light. You are a channel, you are an instrument. Be open to your own soul's light and allow everything that comes out of you and through you and swirls around you to be your own unique soul's light. A clear channel equals a clear soul. A pure heart stems from a pure soul, empath. And that's your energy. That's your vibrational set point. So stay in the zone of protection, stay in the zone of your own energy and emanate it, emanate it, emanate it. And that helps shift energy and negative frequencies so that when people are experiencing Mercury in retrograde or dissension in the world or challenges or problems, it's your beautiful energy emanating light from your own soul structure that is going to bring the balance and anchor the collective. The next thing that they are saying to me is open heart, closed heart. We know this, but it bears repeating. An open heart reflects love. It's connected. It reflects spaciousness and it's blissful. An open heart has the blessed perspective and it views experiences as an opportunity to give and receive. Closed heart structure embodies hate, anger, rejection, abandonment, loneliness. It feels isolated and it has victim mindset. It's unable to see the blessings. That's why it's feeling rejected or abandoned in the first place. Because how could you be rejected or abandoned by spirit? You're always connected. So when we feel rejected or abandoned or lonely from people, humans, there's a disconnect in our spiritual connection, and we have to heal that. Closed heart focuses on what one doesn't have, but evolved empaths embrace change and look for the opportunity to heal no matter what's going on. We heal ourselves so that we can help heal the collective. We understand ourselves and we increase self-awareness so that we can help humanity grow and up-level and heal. Our focus, empaths, is very different from people with a closed heart structure. So remember, if you find yourself jaded, bitter, angry, frustrated, annoyed, the chances are that you've been exposed to some energy or entity or someone who's, in their shadow aspect, and their shadow aspect hasn't been merged with their light. And you've taken on, because you're an empath, and as an empath, we absorb oftentimes the energy of other people. If you've absorbed or taken on the energy of another being, and you will know that because you just don't feel yourself. The energy around you is wonky and unstable and uncomfortable, and you're angry and you're bitter and you're burned out and all of that. Reset, recalibrate in the moment, just breathe and clear that energy. Call in your angels of love and light, your benevolent ancestors, all of the divine beings that the creator source God has assigned to take charge of you and be at your beck and call to assist you with this life. Let them help you clear negative energy. Ask for the divine perspective. Don't assume anything. Avoid judgment. Most of the time, dear empaths, the people around you are not trying to offend you. The ones that have entities, those entities will try and taunt you. But the humans in your experience, even if they do upset you, they're not really intentionally, most of the time, trying to offend you. But assumptions will come off as judgment, and that is offensive, right? So whether they're not usually trying to offend, but if they're in judgment of you, that will be offensive to you, and you won't feel comfortable with them. But likewise, if when someone offends you or upsets you, you judge them and make assumptions about their intention, that's the energy they're going to feel from you, and that will be offensive to them. So whatever they dish at you, we hear a lot about match their energy, and there's a time and a place to match people's energy, but there are also times where it's important when an energy comes to you for you to up level the frequency. They come at you this way, you come here, and require them to match you in a higher frequency so that that situation can dissipate, shift, and be healed. Another random message: deep stretching will help relieve tension and burnout. That's for someone. Deep stretching. I'm seeing someone actually doing deep stretching on the floor, stretching their legs, stretching hands over feet. So deep stretching is going to be super wonderful for someone who's been holding tension and having headaches, migraines, neck tension, shoulder tension, rotator cuff, back, lower back, but especially migraines, headaches. Some stretching is going to be super great for you, and drink more water, dear empath. All right, the last thing I wanted to say is I had a dream last night, and my spirit team said this is an example of what's going on right now. So in the dream, I was walking single file. I was behind someone, and there was someone behind me. The person in front of me was a very light figure, kind of, when I say light, I mean light in weight, very, very thin, very lean, very beautiful energy as well. And this person was leading us. And then there was me. I had my eyes closed. I was following, but the whole time my eyes were closed, I felt a massage on my eyes. The spirit team was massaging my eyes, and it felt so good. It was really healing to my entire being, but they were just on my eyes. So my eyes were closed, and they're just like rubbing my eyes lightly like this. And I'm following with eyes closed, this being in front of me. There's a being behind me, more masculine energy, bigger, stockier kind of person, and he had a beard, and he was sort of stomping heavy. Okay, so I've got this one person who's walking very lightly. I think that person had a staff, and then the person behind me is walking heavy, rough, and rough. And so we finally got to our destination, which was in the desert, and there was a big, huge curtain in the desert, surrounded by big rocks. And when we pulled the curtain open, there wasn't anything else there except more sand and more desert. But we got to the destination, which looked like nothing. It looked like a curtain. When we got there, I opened my eyes because I knew we'd arrived. And the person in front of me said nothing. I looked behind the veil, beyond the veil, into the void, and I was happy. I was satisfied. Even though I couldn't see anything with my physical eyes, I could see with my heart, and I could see with my consciousness that we had arrived to the destination. But the person behind me was upset. We traveled this far in the heat, in the sand, just to get here. There's nothing here. What a stupid guide. You don't even know where you're going. And then I woke up. And what my spirit team shared with me was that the person in the front was my higher self. I was the person in the middle, being ministered to, being worked on, being healed by my guidance. And I was trusting the lead of the higher self. And once we got to our destination, I was okay with it. However, the person behind me was also me. That was my shadow aspect. That was the part of me that maybe sometimes acts up or is upset or doesn't understand the plan or complains or, gripes or whatever it is. And I've worked really hard on myself to merge my shadow with my light. And I think I've done a really good job. But the fact that I had that dream, it's just reminders that there are parts of us that might act up, that might act out, that don't understand the program and that rock the program and that rock the boat and complain instead of being in the highest light, being in gratitude, being grateful for the experience. Dear beautiful empath tribe, brothers and sisters, this is the energy we want to be aware of. We want to merge our shadow with our light. We want to follow the lead of our higher selves. We want to stay in our highest potential without complaining, without murmuring, without being part of the collective, the negative collective and the negative consciousness and the matrix that always is filled with drama and trauma. We're not here for that. We're here to pull back, step back, be in full alignment, complete harmony with our spirit team, getting our base commands from the sanctuary of the heart, following the lead of the higher self, knowing that the higher self is being led by the soul and the soul is being led by God, creator, source. Stay in alignment with that flow in oneness. And as we merge our shadow with our light, and as we present ourselves in the highest light, keeping our eyes pure, keeping our eyes on the truth, keeping our heart open, our channel clear, our dial pure, we will be able to help the collective empaths also merge their shadow with their light and stay grounded, calm, and peaceful. These are the messages that I had for you this week, dear ones. Stay the course, stay strong, stay in the light, stay meditative, stay prayerful, drink water, stretch, rest, be in harmony with the divine. And even in difficult times, even in challenging times, we will still continue to complete our work and we will truly help humanity ascend. I can't wait to see you again.